funeral home on the South Shore is boarded up after a car slammed into the building this afternoon. Despite the damage, the funeral home's owner tells WBZ's Ken MacLeod he's just grateful everyone is okay.
The funeral home is actually an historic site here in Norwell, but it sits along an S-curve here on Central Street, awfully close to the road. As owner Brendan McNamara walked us through the interior debris tonight, he couldn't help but think of the tragedy averted.
There's a lot of things that could have happened that thankfully didn't.
It was just before 5 p.m. when a pickup truck careened into the historic building, and McNamara got a call to hustle over here.
Was a little surprised at first. Wasn't what I was expecting. I didn't think the damage would quite be this extensive.
Indeed, the pickup tore into the side of the old building, right where visitors would have been standing in line had a wake or service been in progress.
And thankfully, that wasn't the case today.
Fortunately, the lone employee working this afternoon had just left to run an errand, and the man driving the pickup was also unhurt.
The driver was a little shaken and rattled, but he seemed fine, physically fine, was polite and great with the police department and fire department.
That driver told police the control arm on a front wheel snapped on the curvy road. Yes, the building was empty, but the owner's family has struggled to preserve its quaint appeal over generations. It's been a funeral home since 1820 at least.
We have records that go back to 1796 of them building caskets and delivering them to the local townspeople.
For now, it's a temporary fix, but McNamara says he's getting plenty of support from townspeople to restore the place. Hopefully, the S-curve he sits on won't throw any other vehicles his way.
It's a tough corner. You know, these streets, when they were built back in the day, weren't designed for the vehicles we have now, but for horses and carriage.
McNamara says he's got to touch base with the Historical Society here in town about the permanent fix here. But first, he's got to figure out what to do about the funeral scheduled for next week. In Norwell, Ken MacLeod, WBZ News.